Welcome back to Trouble in Providence. Where we last left off, the girls were at Liam's office preparing to confront Nastasia. Marcy knows where they are going. Seems that Mina's disappearance, the responsibility for that is on Nastasia's shoulders. Judging from an extremely cryptic and frustrating phone call. Which takes us to where we are now. So, will y'all have a brief talk at Liam's office, or is Marcy just leading them straight to where Anastasia is?
Neither does Marcy. This is a punch Nastasia in the face situation.
All right. So, Marcy, you know exactly where you are going. It is a warehouse. And not just any warehouse, it is one that is in basically utter ruin. Like, the walls are still like scorched from a fire years back. It hasn't been touched in years.
Oh boy.
The doors are closed, and it is a little dark inside.
Is this us jump cutting to the warehouse, by the way?
Yes, it is.
Okay. For the record, Marcy looks about ready to be on the warpath, which might not be the most delicate approach to a hostage situation.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I don't know if anyone has concerns about that, but if they do, it would probably be a good idea to voice them before she goes marching up to the door to pound on it. Fuck do we need strategy for? One thing I care about is getting in there and pounding her in the face.
Does Angel have anything to say?
No, she's just kind of here for the ride. She's worried about Mina mostly, so she's just kind of like, maybe. She's like, maybe we should. I don't know. She's not good with hostage situations.
Understandable.
Do you know of any back routes into the warehouse?
Repeat that?
Would Marcy know of a back door or alternate way to get into the warehouse?
She would. Gosh,
Didn't she used to work there?
yeah. She would probably remember that. Yeah, there is a back door.
All right.
Whether or not it's locked, though, is another question entirely.
Does Angel have lockpicks or Aiko have lockpicks?
Aiko knows how to lockpick.
Cool. All right. Marcy kind of like rolls her eyes. All right, fine. Back door's this way. You guys can sneak around if you want. I'm still going in the front entrance. She like stalks off. She stalks off to show them where the back door is while they're talking. Oh, I'm gonna be very distracting.
Well, don't get yourself killed.
Yeah. Don't worry about me. I can take a hit or two.
So, what's
No,
up?
just go ahead.
So, is Marcy going to enter first, or are Angel and Aiko going to try the door?
I'd want to make sure the door works. Marcy might give them a few minutes to try and get it open before she barges in.
Okay. I will have Aiko, Dell, roll for dexterity.
Is the door locked?
It is locked, yes.
Hmm.
Front door's wide open, but the back door's locked. All right. Takes a little shimmy in here and there, but you do get that door open. But do you enter yet?
They will
Yeah,
know
Angel.
when Marcy goes in the front way.
Then Angel might mention that they might want to wait a second before going in, just to make sure that Marcy has, like, had her time to get inside.
Yeah. So after a minute or two, they hear a loud bang as Marcy shoves both of the doors open, and even from outside the warehouse they can hear her calling out, "All right, Nastasia, you bitch, where are you?"
Nastasia is right in plain sight. She is like right in the middle of the warehouse floor, but she is alone. And right off the bat, she looks very, very agitated, like jaw clenched. Her fists are like tightening and untightening. And she turns around and she puts her arms out and she's like, "I'm right here, bitch."
All right. Well, then what the? Probably, yeah.
Oh,
Right,
God.
well, Aiko, Angel, and Nastasia is very, very sufficiently distracted. And you also notice that Nastasia seems to be alone. There is no sign of Mina.
The warehouse empty? Is it just like open, empty space?
It is a lot of big, open, empty space, yes.
Are the back
Like,
rooms or areas obscured by rubble?
there. hmm, There is a back area, but there's no way to really see into it.
Hmm.
Right.
But Nastasia is going to look at Marcy. She's like, "So, where are your friends?"
Marcy ignores the question as she's like stomping up to her, and she's like, "Where the fuck is the girl?"
Girl. Oh.
Yeah. You know.
I know. Titus
Weird.
is keeping her safe in the back.
You dragged him into this too? What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck's wrong with you? Just
Plenty, but I wouldn't go fucking kidnapping random people. What the hell? What are you thinking? You have my phone number. If you wanted to talk, there were easier ways to go about it than whatever the fuck this is.
Give me a sec, I'm thinking. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, take all the time you need.
So Nastasia does have to look up at Marcy, but she's not intimidated in the slightest. She's like, number. I dropped your fucking number the second I found out what happened to Cole.
She just kind of like looks at her like, why the fuck would you do that?
You tell me. What have you been up to, Marcy?
No, you tell me. Enough with this cryptic bullshit. What the fuck are you trying to allude to? What, you think I killed him?
I don't think you didn't.
She like scoffs and rolls her eyes. Are you fucking kidding me? What reason could I possibly have?
You were gone that day. I don't know what the fuck you've been up to. You've been sneaky.
I'm not being sneaky. I got roped into some fucking weird shit.
Okay, so you're not being sneaky. Then tell me what the fuck you're doing.
I'm trying to figure out why the fuck my friend took some random girl hostage to talk to me because she apparently thinks I killed the guy in charge of the company I worked for.
You know that's not what I fucking mean.
Yeah, and I also know you're not answering my fucking questions.
Don't you think that you're not in the position to be asking questions?
And I do, because my behavior makes a hell of a lot of more sense than yours does.
Okay, so actually, while
Yeah.
what, yeah, there's going to be a lot of back and forth, but before they even get close to exchanging blows.
Oh,
So
Marcy's
while
very close to just punching her in the face, but that can wait.
Nastasia and Marcy are like seconds away from killing each other, Angel and Aiko,
Yes.
you obviously hear that Titus has Mina in the back room. Are y'all going for it?
Probably. And Angel's gonna follow right behind her, so.
Okay. So the door is actually not locked. It is unlocked. You guys can go in if you wish. You see Mina and you see Titus. Mina actually seems perfectly fine. She's not even tied up. She and Titus are sitting together, and Titus seems to be teaching her sign language. She is perfectly fine. There's not much of a scratch on her. She has some bruises on her arm, but she otherwise seems fine. Titus looks toward Aiko and he seems surprised. And he immediately signs, I'm sorry. Titus is immediately shaking his head. He signs, these are from her. She would have done worse. Oh, yes. Titus signs no, but he continues and says, if it weren't for me, this would have been worse. She's unstable. Titus signs, it isn't like that.
I think Angel's gonna step in and be like, Aiko, I know you're angry, but he doesn't seem like he wants to cause any violence, so maybe don't provoke the man that will tower over both. Well, then don't push it.
Titus immediately shakes his head and signs, I wouldn't hurt you. I wouldn't hurt anyone.
And I'm just
And
like, aw, gentle giant. Love that.
Mina is going to pipe up and she's like, I don't know what y'all are talking about, but he hasn't laid a finger on me. I know. She's immediately getting up and she's like, okay. Y'all are gonna get me out of here alive, right? Titus just looks very disappointed, but in himself, and he signs, can I explain? He signs, again, she's unstable. I couldn't call anyone. And Titus shakes his head, and he signs, someone would have gotten hurt. She would have fought back. Titus thinks about that, and he signs, I'm afraid of what she can do to others and to herself. Titus grimaces and shakes his head. Titus thinks on that for a very telling second too long, and he signs, I don't want to. Titus is sitting down, and he seems surprisingly relaxed. Like he is not about to make a move to attack or defend himself. It is a very small back room, so I would say she's maybe 7 to 8 feet away. Should she decide to do something, I'll probably have you roll for it. But shoot for it. You don't need to roll for that. You don't need to roll for that. Continue. Titus takes a moment, and he looks to the wall. Like if there was a window there, he would be looking at Nastasia. He's looking where he thinks Nastasia is, essentially. And he looks back, and he signs, "Get Mina out of here safely." Mina actually looks a little fucking spooked now after that, and she's like, "I'm not about to say no." She is going to follow. So, dexterity would be a good enough roll for sneak, yeah? I. I'm going to have both Angel and Aiko roll for dexterity as they leave the back room.
Okay, hang on. Ooh, yay! I'm so scared.
Anastasia did notice them. Oh, never mind. They're safe.
You have no idea how tempted I am to have a roll for Mina as well.
If they did
No.
notice them, I think Marcy would punch her in the face immediately. Like, well, sneaking didn't work. Time for violence.
Oh,
All right. So y'all do manage to y'all manage to get Mina out of there.
Do you think Marcy would notice them leaving? Because she's like. Because if she's facing Nastasia and Nastasia has her back to them sneaking out. Basically, would
If
Marcy know that they got away?
yes, but if Marcy looks, Nastasia is going to look back.
She's not going to.
Oh. Okay, fair enough.
It's better than that.
are you gonna be okay? Like, actually okay. Can Angel offer Aiko her box cutter just as a precaution? I know that Aiko has her knife. Exactly.
Dual wielding.
Just kind of a temporary, here, take this. I won't need it. I'm going over. She's just like, I'm going over to Lillian's. I don't want to walk in with a weapon. And you're just like, of course. And you call us as soon as you get out of here, so that way I can tell Miss Lillian to make you guys some plates for dinner. Okay? She's gonna give her a hug real quick and be like, please be careful. Okay. If you're sure. And she looks at me and she's like, all right, we should go really quick before things get out of control.
Oh, you don't gotta tell me. She is following very, very eagerly. She's ready to leave.
Then Angel is going to, as soon as she separates from Aiko, she's going to immediately get her to the car, and as quietly as you can get a car out of a place, she's gonna do that.
Alrighty. Aiko, what are you doing? I will have you roll for that again. Yeah.
She punched Nastasia in the face or like punch her as she turns to look at Aiko or whatever.
Yes, and fuck, what role will that be?
How do you roll for combat?
Yeah, would it be just a second? Okay, so first of all, actually, we can just assume that Marcy will be going first.
Surprise attack.
Oh, right, okay, so I think it's, you only roll 1d6, and then if it is over the opponent's fortitude, then it lands.
Oh, right. Oh, right, I have to hit tab. You gotta be kidding me.
Okay, so that was a 3. Let me check here. Unfortunately, that does not land on the Stasia. But, uh, I think it was equal to or above, but even then it does not hit.
Say, there should be an easy hit.
But I will say that it does serve as a distraction. So Nastasia does dodge.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. You sure can try it. You sure can try. You can give it a shot.
You have to beat 3 or higher.
It is not 3. I will
I
say
know.
that.
That's why I say you have to beat 3.
Oh, right.
At
My
least
bad.
3. Does not like us. Yeah. Dex modifier? Oh, that means Marcy would always hit.
All right. So yes, that does not hit either.
Should use Dex, period.
I-
Because if you use Strength, Marcy is never going to miss. It's a good idea. I'll take that. Yeah.
Wait.
Math.
Yes, I would.
We can assist with math in the future. Proceed as normal.
Am I coming through okay?
Yeah, you are. Sorry. I didn't mean to talk over you.
It's all right. Okay. So Anastasia, no, not Anastasia. Aiko tried to go for Anastasia's ankles, and she missed. Fuck me, I forgot to mention until now, Anastasia has a bat on her. She does have a bat. It is a marvel that she has not swung it yet. But she does have a bat. And
That.
looking at Aiko, she is basically just going to go like, "Oh, you little bitch!" And she's going to try to swing. So let's see what Aiko's fortitude is. Okay. I'm going to... Okay, actually, you know what? Let me get one of my own die. y'all ain't gonna see this shit. Okay. That is a hit. She probably lands a good hit across Aiko's shoulder. Okay, so what does that leave you in terms of health?
2.
Yeah. Okay. Here, okay, at least it's 2 against 1 here. That is y'all's like saving grace.
Hey.
Compared. I see.
Hey, so are we doing highest body skill or are we doing Dex half rounded down? Because if it's Dex half rounded down, yeah, good. Anyways, I'm assuming it's Marcy's turn again.
Correct.
So
I will ask, what do you mean? Okay, so how are we doing it now? Are we changing it now?
presumably.
Yeah, and I'm actually not sure what you mean by rounded down.
Has 5 strength. If you divide that by 2, you get 2.5. Normally you would round that up to 3, but when the flat rule is round it down, you always take it down to 2.
Okay, and so then is that added onto the roll, or is that like multiple roll? Okay. That makes a lot of sense. All right.
Yeah, it's like a modifier.
Okay, I get it. Okay, completely understand. All right, we can move on.
All
Let's
right,
do that.
all right. Um, if you can get away with not saying Nastasia has a bat, I think I can get away with not saying Marcy has had a hand in her pocket with the brass knuckles on one of her hands.
I will allow that. Get this bitch.
Yeah, she has like one with and one without. So,
All right.
as Nastasia is hitting Aiko, she knows, hey, eyes on me, you bitch, and she grabs her and she goes to sock her in the face with the brass knuckles. And that will
Okay.
be roll 1d6. If you get a 2, I'm going to commit murder. I'm going to commit murder. That's +2 though, so that's a 4.
Okay, that hits.
Sweet. What's the damage? How do I calculate damage?
Okay, so if Marcy has brass knuckles, I believe that does 2 damage.
Just a
Yes.
flat 2 damage? No roll for it?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. Oh, okay, so that's just 2 damage. Cool. She hits her in the face with brass knuckles. It's not great.
Okay. Um.
And then I
Yeah. It. Oh.
go.
Yes.
Oh, no, nothing. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah. It hurts. Like Nastasia stumbles. Also, I will be a little kind. I will give Aiko an advantage on the next roll because Nastasia is like stumbling right now, and she is, and and Nastasia is half blind. So y'all have a. It's 2 against 1, and Marcy's taller, and Nastasia's half blind. Y'all, Aiko can have an advantage.
Aiko could cut her ankles, but that could. Is that going to be potentially lethal damage?
I don't think so. It'll
Okay,
probably be
good.
fine.
I was. I was also going to say she could probably trip her. She's.
I
on the
don't think
ground.
Aiko would be big enough. I do not think Aiko would be big enough or strong enough.
No, I mean if she's stumbling backwards. Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so
Roll to stab.
I see that dragon. It is a good thing Nastasia has really good insurance. Okay, so roll to stab Nastasia in the fucking ankles. It's insured care, of course. Okay. Yes, you can. Yes. Yep.
Dice just don't like us. My point stands.
Okay. So you miss again, and since Aiko is on the floor, uh, God, I'm going to be kind. She's not going to swing with the bat, but she is going to try to kick Aiko. She is gonna try to like kick Aiko in the fucking face. Okay. Rolling. It does not land. She misses. Atta girl, Aiko. Thank fuck.
Do we have damage rules for an unarmed strike?
That would just be one, right?
Hmm. Mm, I don't think. Yeah. Okay. What would I have to roll for to have Marcy grab her by the shoulders and shove her down to the floor?
I think you could. I think you could roll strength for that.
All right. It's been a while since we've played. That's body score plus strength score, right? Oh boy.
All right. So 2 6s. You push her down hard, and Anastasia like fucking knocks her head against the floor pretty hard, and I will actually count that as damage.
Mm. All right.
Yes, Anastasia is now on the floor.
You're welcome. She also doesn't actually want to kill her.
Uh, Anastasia is actually going to start pressing forward, and she is locking eye question mark. She's looking into Aiko's eyes, and she's like, come on, bitch, fucking do it, you pussy. What are you gonna roll? Oh my god.
Please don't actually commit murder.
My god. I will say Anastasia does not press forward anymore. Like, she is bleeding, but she is not severely cut yet.
Does she show any signs of, like, wanting to struggle or get away still? Or is she
If she
like,
does, she's probably gonna die, but she is obviously like very agitated, like she's breathing very hard, like she's looking between Aiko and Marcy. She's clearly very upset and again very unstable. Nastasia is looking toward Aiko again, and she hisses through her fucking teeth like, you fucking wouldn't. Then prove it. Nastasia is. That's shocking a little bit of sense into her. Like, she's mouthing something to herself, and she's like, fuck? You haven't been around for fucking years. Nastasia doesn't reply to that directly, but she does ask, what other cards did you find? And
Marcy shakes her head. No, just those two.
shut it.
Guess not.
Nastasia's like, I didn't do shit.
Yeah, you fucking did.
Nastasia doesn't look all that phased. She's just like, can you just get the fuck off me now?
Just say. Hmm.
That does seem to get under Nastasia's skin. It's like, you don't know him.
Has been going on. Can Marcy have taken Nastasia's bat?
Yeah, go for it. But
Yeah, she is taking custody of that. It's not gonna just sit around for her to pick it up if they let her go.
I will say that while this has been going on, Titus has left the back room, finally. And he sees Aiko and he sees Marcy and he does look at Aiko, but he does not make any move to like shove her off of attack. He just looks very disappointed at what is happening.
See.
Anastasia does not stand, but she does sit up and she like holds her throat because it is bleeding. And Titus signs thank you to Aiko.
She looks over at Titus and she's like, "Man, why the fuck didn't you tell me she was going off the goddamn deep end over here?"
Titus nods and he looks down. He can't really look at Aiko.
Shakes her head.
Before, oh,
I was gonna say
what's up?
Marcy. I was going to go into Marcy leaving, but if there's a before,
Titus helps Anastasia up, and Anastasia does pause for a moment before she calls to them, and she's like, "Is there anything I can do to help?"
shakes her head and walks off with Aiko.
God, I'm tempted. Damn, I'm tempted. Fuck. It's fine. Alright. Well, that is.
Oh yeah, Angel would have texted her. Angel's gonna answer basically immediately, and she's gonna be like, "Oh my god, you guys okay?" She's obviously been worried. Oh, good, good. I'm glad. Angel's like, oh, I'll text you the address really, really quick, and then you guys can come right on over. I'll tell Lily to make you guys some dinner if you guys want any dinner. And it was just like, got it, got it, got it. Yeah, I will text you guys the address really quick then, and you guys can come on down. And don't worry, we're all safe here. So everything worked out. You guys didn't have to kill anybody, right? We're trying to not have murder. No? Okay, good. Well, almost is a lot better than it actually happening. So I'm proud of you guys. You guys did it. Should we be worried about her anymore? Okay, good, good, good. All right, well, I will catch up with you guys whenever you guys get here then. How's that sound? And Angel's gonna hang up the phone and flash her a text of Lillian's address.
Did
Oh,
Or, or
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, did they like have another car? Because there's something I've been wanting to do with Marcy, and this might be a good excuse to bring it in. As opposed to
It's safe.
I mean.
It's safe to assume that they all drove separately. So,
Oh, did they?
I mean, it wasn't mentioned that they went together.
Hmm. I want to give Marcy a vehicle finally.
What are you going to do?
What if Marcy had a motorcycle?
I mean, fuck, go for it. She seems like a motorcycle type.
Marcy like glances at the address and is like, "Oh shit, my place is on the way to that. You want to go pick up my bike? I could drive us there." Yeah, it's needed some repairs recently, but I finally fixed it, so I can fucking use it again finally. What do you mean? Yeah, I mean she was, but before I knew what a fucking asshole she could be, what the hell? It's clear that Marcy is like a little shaken, but she's doing her best to brush it off. Kind of like surprised at that. I don't think she's been conscious of the fact that she could consider Aiko and Angel friends until this moment. She's like, "Oh, yeah, it kind of does." Thanks, Aiko. Mhm. she's she's not doing the best, but Aiko is helping, and also she has a lot of practice repressing being not okay. She kind of like gives Aiko a little shove. All right, don't go all mushy on me now. Ugh. Right. So they get her bike and ride to Lillian's place. Actually, I need to know, do you think Aiko rides in front of or behind Marcy? Yeah, she gets to hug the Marcy. Eh, we needed a nice little lighthearted moment after that. Oof.
She got hit in the shoulder with a bat.
Yeah. That's not good. Hmm. Do you want me to get you to like a doctor or something instead of going to Lillian's? Marcy kind of like rolls her eyes at that. But okay. All right. Hi, do you know how to put shoulders back in place?
Actually, she
I
did
w-
date a doctor.
I was gonna guess that she would.
I mean, goodness.
She'd be like, yeah, but first, let's get you some Tylenol.
They get to Lillian's, and that goes down. I am astonished that Nastasia didn't try to hit Marcy once during that fight.
I mean, Aiko was kind of like actively swinging on her with a knife. That was a little bit more pressing.
Okay, fair enough.
And the fight did end a little earlier than I expected.
Yeah,
But that's okay.
Marcy'll do that.
Okay, so y'all get to Lillian's, and it is Lillian herself that opens the door. And she just breathes this huge sigh of relief. She has her hand in her hair, and she's like, oh my goodness. I was so worried about y'all. Come on, come on, come on in. Come out of the cold. She's going to immediately be like looking both Marcy and Aiko over. She's like, now neither of y'all got hurt, did you? Lillian is in utter shock that Aiko is like even still standing. Like she's like, oh honey, oh go sit down. I'll get you something. Do you need to go see a doctor? Lillian's like, oh, you poor thing. Well, dinner's done, so I'll go ahead and fix y'all up some plates.
Also, as soon as she hears the two of them come in, Angel is like running out from wherever the hell she is, and she's just like, oh my god, you guys are back!
You jump on them in a hug.
Absolutely.
Ah!
And Angel's gonna Angel's gonna pull back. She's gonna be like, oh shit! Did you get like stabbed? And she's gonna start looking at her shoulder. Oh no, do you need to see a doctor?
Does Marcy still have Nastasia's bat?
I wanted to mention that earlier. Yes. Marcy has the bat now.
Marcy be getting everything.
I don't think she would have brought it with her. I think she would have left it at her house so as not to alarm Lillian. But I just had this thought in my brain of her going, this bat, actually. No.
Hmm. Well, if you need to see a doctor, I can take you to one. I think so. And Angel just kind of waves her hand through the air. She's like, no, it's okay. She's gonna try. Would I want to roll to see if I fuck up her shoulder more? Or like if I fix it?
You know what? I'll give you this one.
Okay. Then Angel's gonna very, very carefully set Aiko down on the nearest place that she can sit her down on, and she's gonna be like, okay, grip on to the nearest thing and don't scream or you're gonna scare Lillian, okay? And she's gonna just go for it.
What?
And as long as she seems okay, Angel's like, okay, good, great.
Marcy pats her on her good shoulder and is like, yeah, you should probably get some ice on that. I've had a dislocated shoulder before. It is not fun.
Lillian is in the kitchen getting y'all's plates together. And Lillian smiles at her and she's like, oh no, baby, you just rest. Is there anything I can do for you? Oh yes, of course. And Lillian, while she goes about getting like a little homemade ice pack made, she puts some ice in a Ziploc bag and then like covers it all up with like a towel. Aiko, you get to get a nice good look at what exactly Lillian made. It is like a fucking feast. There is meatloaf, spaghetti, sweet potatoes and greens. There's mashed potatoes, and there is a cobbler, and there is a peach, and there is a peach cobbler.
There is.
Yep. But she gets Aiko the ice pack and some Tylenol, and she gives Aiko's back a little pat, and she's like, "Now you go sit down, baby."
Maybe Marcy will wander back there.
Lillian is also going to look quite a bit up at Marcy because she's a little short. And she's going to smile and she's like, "Now, is there anything I can do for you?"
Uh, no, I just heard you were making some amazing food back here. Need any help? Maybe I could set the
No,
table.
no. I've got it, I've got it. Y'all just sit down and relax.
Thanks. That's real sweet of you.
Lillian blushes a little bit at that. She's like, "Thank
No.
you."
Marcy will head back in the other room to be sure to stay out of her way.
Yep. And in no time at all, Lillian comes out. The table is set. And she puts y'all's plates out. And before she sits down, she's like, "Now I do ask that we be a little quiet. Mina's in the other room resting. Gosh, haven't had anyone. Oops, sorry. She's all right. Is there anything else, or may I continue? No, Lillian is like, "Oh, she's all right. I think this whole thing's just frazzled her up a bit. I haven't had anyone in that guest room for, gosh, months." Why, a sweet old friend of mine. He was He was rather kind to me. You haven't? Gosh, I'm gonna have to send you with some leftovers then. I don't have to, but I'd like to. Sorry about that. I will say that when Lillian does sit down, she she beckons for everyone to bow their heads.
Marcy will also be respectful.
And
Of course,
Lillian,
Angel is too.
yeah, I assume Angel does. And Lillian bows her head and she puts her hands together and she's like, Lord, thank you for the food. Thank you for friends, family, and all the blessings that you have given us. Thank you for seeing that my little niece has come home safe. Amen. And she motions for everyone to just dig right in. Lillian is very pleased to see that everyone is enjoying the food. Like she just Angel will notice that it is like the brightest that Lillian has looked in months.
Marcy is taking generous helpings of everything.
Rivik, were you about to say something?
uh, I was thinking about it, and Angel
No.
might like bring it up, and she'll be like, "Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning somebody was staying with you. Wonder how they're doing."
Mm.
I'm not sure. Haven't heard from him in a little while. Last I heard, Spade said he just went away.
Oh, did he move?
I ain't sure.
Hmm. Who was it? Well, if you only want to, of course, only if you want to tell me. I mean, you know, maybe one of us knows.
His name was Mr. Roberts. Joey Roberts.
And the Angel is gonna like partially choke on whatever the fuck she was eating.
Yeah, Marcy freezes and stops eating.
Uh, Lillian definitely notices and she looks up and she's like, What? What is it?
Angel's gonna like look at the others, and she's gonna kind of put her hand up, like nobody, don't say anything. She's gonna be like, I'll talk to you after dinner.
Is something. Why, yes. That he moved out of town.
Did he say where he was going? Nothing like that? Have you heard anything?
I ain't sure. Just, I wish that he had come to say goodbye himself. Why is that odd? And do I need to know something? I did. I mean, gosh, it's quite the story of how we met.
Do tell then.
Oh no, I couldn't. I couldn't let y'all entertain me with letting you tell me all my silly old stories.
Oh, come on. I would love to hear. Lily, you know I can listen to your stories all day.
Well, if you insist. It was last winter. I was on my way home from the library. Gosh, it couldn't have been any past 5, 6 o'clock. It was awful dark out and awful cold. Too cold for anyone to be out in the street, but I'll always say it was God's plan for me to meet him, to help him. He was out in the cold, sicker and sicker than I've seen anybody. And can't explain it. I just felt like I had to help this man, and Lord knows he fought me every step of the way, but he came around. A little bit of kindness can always make someone come around. He was a sweet man. Helped me around the house, tried to help me with the dinners, but Lord knows he was no good at that. When the time came for him to go out and find a job, well, I guess he just couldn't stand feeling like a burden no more. Lord knows I never thought of him that way, but he promised me he'd keep in touch, but
Angel's
I
gonna.
guess. Oh,
Sorry.
yes.
Nope. Sorry. Continue.
Lillian just shrugs and she's like, I think some folks just come into our lives for a lesson. I'm just glad I was able to do what I could.
Angel's gonna like.
Actually, taking a pause. Dell, are you okay? Okay. Uh, I'm sorry. Rivet, continue.
Angel's gonna like look at Aiko like, stop looking sad. Stop it. She's gonna notice. She doesn't say that out loud, but she just kind of gives her one of those looks that, she's like, stop it. Eat your fucking food.
Is there? Of course. And Lillian doesn't seem to quite understand, but she trusts Aiko that it would be important. And then Lillian sighs and she kind of claps her hands together and she's like, well, who wants something sweet?
And Angel's like, oh, I do. She's trying to keep the mood as light as humanly possible.
Oh, always.
Assuming that they're done with their plates, Lillian will pick them up and take them to the kitchen.
Oh, Angel's gonna help
And
her really quick.
Lillian does insist that Angel does not have to help her, but I assume that will fall on deaf ears.
That will in fact fall on deaf ears. Deaf? Hello? Deaf ears. Angel's just like, nope, I'm helping. Too late.
When Lillian comes back out, she has 4 plates of some peach cobbler, and she's got some ice cream to go along with it. Lillian loves that reaction. She just grins. She loves when she just loves when people enjoy her food.
Marcy takes one bite and she doesn't say anything, but you can see the holy shit, this is so good on her face.
Lillian is just this is a holy woman. She is not a prideful woman, but she feels just the tiniest bit smug.
Marcy internally, holy shit, this is almost better than Lucian's cooking.
Lillian's delighted.
Yay!
Lillian loves this. She is having like the best time of her life, just feeding y'all. And she has more stories to tell while y'all eat. Like she tells the story of how she moved to the city when she was a girl. She tells y'all about her very strange sister, Mina's aunt, who is actually out of state to see a concert of all things. And if y'all do not stop her, she will bring out a photo album that has like baby photos of Mina.
Really?
I think Angel might have to stop her at some point. And she's gonna be like, Lily, I adore your stories, but a photo album might be a little too much. I don't want us to be sitting here, laughing and having too much of a good time. We might wake up Mina.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I just get carried away. It's been long.
No, it's okay. Maybe whenever she's up, we can look at some of them. But for right now, maybe we should try to keep it a little down. Let her sleep.
If you say so.
And then Angel's gonna be like, do you need any help cleaning up the kitchen? I'll help you.
Lillian is very grateful. She's like, thank you, sugar.
Of course, just give me 1 second. I need to tell these two something and then I will be right with you, okay?
Take your time. And she is going off to the kitchen.
And Angel's looking at Marcy and Aiko and she's like, okay. How quiet can you guys be?
What?
I'm just curious. And she's like talking in a whisper, so that way Lillian doesn't hear her. And she's like, I'm just curious if there's a possibility that Joey's left anything in the back room that might help us. Now, Mina is asleep, of course. So I need you guys, if you're going to check it out, to be as quiet as possible. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. But it's just a thought.
Maybe
Just
we
to
can ask Lillian about it?
I don't know.
You
If
are
he
gonna tell her, right?
Oh, of course I'm going to tell her. But if she didn't clean out the back room or maybe missed something, you know? And Angel shrugs, like, you guys don't want to ever do anything immediately. It's always come back tomorrow. But she says it in like a light teasing way.
Equally
Angel's
like
like,
Marcy's like, I think I'm more afraid of Aiko than I am of you, so I'm sticking with her on this one.
Angel just glares at her. She's like, you're not scared of that's fine. She like seems like playfully offended. She's like, you're not scared of me? Shit. That's okay. I'm not as young and spry. By the way, speaking of being afraid, before I go talk to Lillian, do you have a cutter? Thank you. And Angel's gonna pocket it as she's standing up. She's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna go talk to Lillian. So make yourselves comfy. Oh, of course, of course. She's gonna look really worried for a second. She's gonna be like, I have a feeling she won't be in the kitchen for too much longer after that. After this news anyway. So you'll definitely have a chance to tell her because it's likely we'll be right back out here. And Angel's gonna look, she looks really, really sad. Like this isn't something that she wants to tell her, but knows that she needs to tell her. And then she's just gonna like perk herself up a little bit and she's gonna go right into the kitchen following Lillian.
Lillian. Oh, I'm evil. Lillian
I'm gonna
is
kill you.
happily humming away in the kitchen. She has this big, bright, happy smile on her face. She's just happy, content.
And Angel's going to feel even worse knowing what she's going to have to tell her. And she's gonna head over to Lillian and make sure and like help her with some of the dishes really quick. She's gonna kind of take it a little slow and make sure that she catches Lillian at a time whenever Lillian doesn't have anything like in her hands. She's gonna like very gently place a hand on Lillian's arm and she's gonna be like, honey, I need to tell you something.
Oh, sure. What is it?
And she's gonna turn, oh god, I'm gonna die. She's gonna turn her and she's gonna gently like comfort, like in a comfort way, like hold her hands and be like, Spade, he was, I can't fault him for this. He was just trying to not break your heart. And Joey Roberts, we, and she kind of pauses because she's not really sure how to sugarcoat it. She'd be like, Joey Roberts isn't, he's, he's dead apparently.
That smile falls. And Lillian shakes her head like, no, no, that can't be right.
Spade told us that he found his body, and we were looking at him as a and then she kind of pauses, and then she's like, we were looking into him for something, but Spade told us that he passed away um, a little bit a while ago. And I know that Spade was probably just trying to not break your heart with the news. This is really hard, but you'd have to ask him about it.
But I thought, no, no. I, Miss Angel, if this is some kind of joke you're playing on me, it ain't funny.
I I wish that I could have come in here and told you a joke.
Oh, no, how do you know? How do you know? You haven't. I mean, there would have been something in the newspaper. There would have. I, there would have been a funeral. Mr. Spade would
Angel
have told me.
Angel shakes her head and she shrugs and she's like, I don't know. Like I said, you Spade doesn't really trust us right now. You would have to talk to him for more details, but he told us that that he found his body.
Oh, stop, no, stop. This don't. He would have told me. He would have told me. A- Miss Angel, he would have told me. He would have told me.
Angel's gonna pull her into a hug. She's gonna be like, I'm so sorry. I don't know why he didn't tell you, and the fact that he didn't kind of makes him more of a bigger jerk than he actually already was, but he has to have his reasons for not telling you, but I'm sorry.
Is there any chance he could be wrong? He could be lying.
Angel's gonna think on that for a minute. She's gonna be like, if he is, he's a fucking asshole. Spade is, not Joey. Not this Joey guy. He sounds like he was a sweet man, but Spade would be a total asshole if he was lying about this.
Angel, is there a chance? Tell me there's a chance.
Angel's gonna kind of pause and be like, well, I don't know. I can't tell you everything right now, but there is a reason we're looking into him, and if I find out that he is alive, if if I if I get concrete evidence of life or death on this man, I will let you know. But I'm sorry. Angel's gonna sign. She's gonna be like, "There's something else you need to know," but I think Aiko wanted to tell you.
Mr. Roberts is alive. He's getting a stern talking to like he's never had in his life before.
And Angel's gonna kind of do one of those like broken like cry laughs that people do, and she's gonna be like, "I know you will. I know you'll give him a good talking to, and you will not let him live this down. Him or Spade. If Heat is alive and Spade has been lying to us, I want you to whack Spade on the back of the knuckles with a ruler."
I'd never. But Angel,
Well,
I appreciate you telling me. I need some time to think about this.
I I know you do, but there is something else, like I said, that's kind of important for you to know. And Aiko wants to be the one to tell you. I told her you could, and I think it might make you feel just a tad bit better, I'm hoping.
All right. Well, gosh, let me get myself cleaned up before she gets in here. I'm a mess.
Oh, no, I was gonna actually take you out to the couch. It's kind of big news followed up from some big news, so take all the time you need.
Thank you, sugar.
Angel's gonna obviously she'll take her out of the hug finally to let her clean herself up, but whenever she's done, Angel's gonna lead her into the living room. I'm assuming that's where Aiko and Marcy would be, and she's gonna sit her down and sit down next to her, and she's gonna be holding her hand, just in that comforting, hand on top of the hand kind of way, so that way she knows that she's there for her.
Yeah. The smile that Lillian gives her back is just shy of devastated.
Angel's gonna kind of put her finger up to her lips, and she's gonna be like, "Don't tell her. Don't." She's giving her that look, "Shh, I'm trying not to tell her too much."
Lillian is on the brink of tears, her lips trembling, and she nods and holds Angel's hand a little tighter. Oh, shit, what am I doing? Oh, honey, come here. And she's going to let go of Angel's hands and step toward Aiko to offer a hug. I think they both need that. Oh no, sugar, you're all right. Yeah, Lillian needs this. Lillian, they both need this. They're crying it out. I'll tell him everything I remember. Oh, sorry. I don't think I'm gonna be okay for a long time, sugar. Right now, that boy needs some help, and he needs someone to talk to. I'll do my best. Was that in character or out of character? Gotcha.
And Angel can't help but tease, and she's gonna be like, Jared is Aiko's little new boyfriend.
Lillian,
Jared is almost Aiko's new boyfriend.
Lillian is going to smile at that, however, tearfully, and she is going to take Aiko's hands and she's going to say, "Now, baby, take it from an old woman. Way to a man's heart is through his stomach." Language.
Mar- Marcy speaks up in the background. Lillian, with your cooking, I think you could get to anyone's heart through their stomach.
Why, I sure hope so. Thank you, all three of you, for everything today. Gosh, I wish I could do more to help, but most I
Then
can
Angel's
do.
gonna stand up and
Oh,
she's gonna be like, actually,
I
there might be one
wasn't
more thing.
done. I was not done.
Sorry.
It is okay. Lillian was going to say, "Well, the least I could do is send y'all home with some leftovers."
No, I'm sorry.
No, I was talking. I put that in the chat because of the comment you made. Go
Oh.
ahead.
Angel's gonna stand up and she's gonna be like, okay, well, leftovers are good, but I hate to ask something of you, especially after giving you bad news. Um, but it is about Joey, kind of.
All right.
You said he used to live in the back room. We were wondering if he had, like, left anything behind when he left, or if you knew where he went whenever he left here or anything like that.
Gosh, well, the only thing Joey had when he left was a change of clothes, some leftovers, and a Heck, those nasty cigarettes he smoked. But
Nasty cigarettes. What brand?
oh gosh, I can hardly remember. And she's snapping her fingers. They began with a P. I know that much. I've never been a smoker myself.
You're just gonna.
What? Oh, wait, did she say you cut out? So repeat that. And Lillian snaps her finger. She's like, "Yes, that's it. Is is that important?"
And they're just gonna be like, no, just curious. You know me. I've always liked my cigarettes too, so I'm just like, nasty brand. And want to stay away from it, but I already knew that those ones were gross.
Of course. Well, they're all the same to me. Nasty things. I never let him smoke in the house.
Oh, I'm sure you didn't. You barely let me smoke outside the library whenever I need a cigarette. Was
Yeah.
there
Oh, go
was there
ahead.
anything that he might have left behind though? Did you have like a new place that he might have been staying? I'm sure you guys had to have been in contact, right? Or did he did he leave and just not say anything else?
He told me where he was going to stay. If that helps.
That would help a lot.
Sure. It was a set of apartments in the downtown area. Um, gosh, what were the names? Well, you can't miss it. It's the tallest buildings there. Real big apartment building. He lived on the second floor.
Got a room number?
Gosh, what was it? 6. I only been there once, and that was to drop off a little food for him.
The angel's gonna nod and be like, "Thank you. Um, that this will help. This will help. Like I said, I'm gonna be looking into him more for you to see if Spade lied to you, and this might be the best place to start because if Spade did in fact lie to you, I apologize for my language, but I am going to beat the hell out of him."
Just, I'm sure he has his reasons. Lord, I try to see the best in people.
I know you do. And like I said, I think he just didn't tell you because he was trying to protect you from a heartbreak.
Be careful. Okay, sugar? All of you.
Of course.
And if you're ever hankering for a hot meal, well, Miss Lillian's is open.
Hmm.
Well, I sure hope so.
You're gonna need to start keeping a lot of sweets around here if you're gonna tempt her like that.
I always do. Oh, you don't have to do that. I guess there's no stopping you then, is there? It's appreciated. How about I get those leftovers for you? Right. And we are getting close to the end of the session, so I'm going to wrap things up here. But before that, Lillian gets all your leftovers, and y'all go your separate ways after a lot of lingering in the door because Lillian can't stop talking. And she, honestly, if y'all had stayed any longer, she would have tempted you to stay the night. But you go your separate ways. And in the morning, to those of you that watch the news, there is something breaking. And the summary of it is that a detective, Joseph William Wright, has apparently once again joined the Providence City Police Department. And this in itself wouldn't be all that important if it weren't Liam Spade's face on the television. Apparently, the suspect for Jason Cole's murder has been found, and an official investigation is underway.
Angela's going to scream, "Oh, that motherfucker," at her TV, and immediately call Aiko and Marcy.
Oh, you ain't doing shit because that's gonna ow my eye. That's gonna be in the next session.
That's fine. She can still call them anyway.
Oh fuck! I poked my eye with
Like,
a pencil.
this fucking asshole.
Fucking coward.